This evening, separate accidents over the weekend claimed 3 lives. Ministry of Education is determined to start a new school term in spite of teachers' strike. GTU responds to Junior Social Protection Minister calling striking teachers uncaring. Minister Sharma ready to sacrifice his position in the name of inclusive government. In the region, huge fire destroys a 200-year-old Brazilian museum. And internationally, United States cuts over $300 million in military aid to Pakistan.
From Safe TV headquarters in South Rival Gardens, this is Safe TV Headline News with George Gonzalez.
Today is Monday, September 3rd, 2018, and this edition of Headline News is now being streamed live on Facebook and YouTube. I am Baby Bacchus. Thank you for joining us. Today is officially day 1 of what is believed to be the largest teacher strike in Guyana's history. The strike action follows repeated breakdowns in talks between the Ministry of Education and the Guyana Teachers Union. This morning, dozens of teachers gathered at the Education Ministry office in each of the 10 administrative regions. While in the capital, hundreds of local educators picketed in front of the ministry's Brickdam headquarters. George Gonzalez was at this morning's scene and filed this report.
We are currently here at 26 Brickdam, the Ministry of Education headquarters, where dozens of teachers from throughout the region have gathered in order to protest for higher wages.
According to the Guyana Teachers Union, as of this morning, over 3,700 of the nation's educators have answered the call to strike. Teachers have come out in droves nationwide. So far, 1,000 teachers in Linden, 600 in Berbice, 235 in Region 5, and 70 in Kwakwani, among other places, have confirmed their participation in the strike. Here in Georgetown, over 700 teachers are on strike, with hundreds of them converging at the Ministry of Education headquarters on Brickdam. Here is one secondary school teacher, Stacy Benjamin, explaining why she is on strike.
It's sad to be out here today as a teacher when, like the students, you're excited to see them and want to just talk. How you spend your holiday, what you did, what you didn't do. And so we're missing the opportunity of that today. We're out here on this struggle, a struggle that we're definitely not turning back on. Definitely not going to give up on. Every day we hope that the government will call our executive body and will come down to some sort of percentage deal and, you know, not this ballpoint figure that you have been recording so far, the 700 million. It's a hope that we come out here with every day. And if they should call now, like the General Secretary said earlier this morning, we're just happy to go back into those classrooms tomorrow. We're just so happy to get in there.
Teachers were not the only ones present. One concerned parent also came out in support.
When they're going to government, how to find 50% increase to the children for the ministers? Why can't the teachers be paid properly? Why can't they be paid properly so that they can mold our nation's children, they can mold the minds? You're talking, you want so much to educate the children, and you want this and you want that, you have to pay the teachers properly. It's hard for the parents to be working and the teachers be working and not being compensated properly. They need to be they have to be properly compensated. And I am very upset this morning because it's hard for me to work all the way through this period to get my child to school this morning. And she's not getting what she really worked for. I'm very, very much upset.
As the rain cloud started to move away and the day progressed, it would seem that the crowd that had originally started with just several dozen teachers has now grown into the hundreds. Hundreds of teachers who are determined to continue their protest until their demands are met by the Ministry of Education. For Channel 2 Headline News, George Gonzalez reporting from Brickdam, Ministry of Education headquarters. Back to you, Bibi.
Thanks, George. On Friday, Minister within the Ministry of Social Protection, Keith Scott, offered harsh criticism of the nation's striking public school teachers. Speaking at the GPSU Bursary Award ceremony, the Junior Social Protection Minister reportedly called the teachers selfish and uncaring. When questioned about the stance over the weekend, Minister Scott seemingly doubled over on his opinion. opinion, insinuating that the educators who are on strike are in fact sacrificing our nation's children for money. This morning, we spoke to the General Secretary of the Guyana's Teachers Union, Coretta McDonald, for her response to the junior minister's harsh words.
I just want to say that Minister Scott, teachers taught him, and I'm happy that he would have learned. All I would want to say is that we would want to thank Minister Keith Scott for making that statement, because all he would have done is to solidify our position when we said we have no confidence in the Department of Labor.
In a later press conference, the General Secretary went further to demand an apology from the minister. She was quoted as saying, "We will forgive him because we all learn at different levels. But we are demanding respect from the government. The struggle is real. Only we as teachers know." Thousands of public school educators have decided to withhold work until their demands are met. This impasse prompted the Education Ministry to mobilize an army of hundreds of substitute teachers. But are the student teachers, retirees, concerned parents, and other volunteers enough to fill the void left by the mass absence of our nation's public school teachers? George Gonsalves went to the North Rheinfeld Multilateral School to see how they are coping.
We are here at North Rheinfeld Multilateral School, where it would seem that it is business as usual despite the ongoing teacher strike. Now, while it is the first day of school, it seems that there has been a steady stream of both teachers, parents, as well as students going into the school. Now, while for the most part they were tight-lipped about how many students, as well as parents or even teachers that actually come into the school for the day, it would seem that persons were a little bit more talkative at East Rheinfeld Secondary School, where we actually caught up with one parent who shared her feelings on the teacher strike.
It's his first day, right? So he's in Form 1. So I have to bring him to see what it's all about. I mean, if they're striking, I agree to an extent, but I don't know how they will deal with it, right? So I cannot keep him at home, right? So as it is now, I will bring him, and then whatever is the situation, then we'll deal with it from here. So that's all.
As a parent, has the ministry or even the school said anything about the strike or like anything you should do other than usual?
No, I'm not aware of it because he was here for orientation on the 28th of August, so nothing was said. So as a parent, I'm here, right? Because nothing was said and I just can't go with hearsay. I need to be here to know firsthand as to what is going on, right? So that's it.
Do you have any other thoughts that you'd like to share?
What can I say? Actually, I do agree with them because cost of living is high, right? And they do need increase. You know, people got rent, people got more than one children, you understand? So I agree with them. But I don't know how much the government can do, but I do agree with them. Because, for instance, this morning I had to pay extra on the bus fare. So how can we pay extra if we're not getting a raise to pay? You understand? And teachers do so much because everybody was taught by a teacher. So I do agree with them. If I could have done something for them, I would do it.
Reporting from East Rheinfeld Secondary School, I'm George Gonsalves for Channel 2 Headline News. Back to you, Bibi.
Thanks, George. While the two schools we visited are open, reports coming to Headline News confirm that dozens of schools around the nation have locked their gates until further notice. Now, don't go away. Coming up after the break, calm of this weekend was marred by a series of accidents. Esther Sobers tells us more after the break. But first, here is today's foreign currency exchange rate.
For the latest in news from Guyana, the region, and beyond, visit our website, headlinenewsguyana.com.
Fresh ingredients and Creole foods at the Cottage Restaurant and Cafe. Finger-licking boil and fry, meats cooked to perfection. No MSG added. We cater for vegetarians too. Breakfast and lunch available fresh Mondays through Fridays. We open 7 a.m. Get coffee, Milo, or our famous power porridge, filled with a blend of indigenous barks, natural fruit juices. Catering services and delivery available. Call 231-4343. Located at 16 Access Road, Kingston, the Cottage Restaurant and Cafe, bringing back the good old days.
The night you have been waiting for is finally here. Heavenly Light Mocko presents Tasha Cobbs and her band live in concert. Now on the 14th of September at the National Stadium, 18:30 hours. Redeemers Band, All Women Worship Band, Sean Sobers, Sean English, the Minion Dancers, and many, many more. It's Tasha Cobbs and her band live at the National Stadium in Guyana. Tickets $2,000. Come experience the presence of the Lord as we worship the King together.
This is what shopping used to be. More plastic bags than I could carry or I could use. They always end up in the bin or as unsightly litter. Then it hit me. Get just one reusable bag. Now whenever I shop, I don't use plastic bags. I always have my reusable bag. It makes shopping a lot easier. And it's better for the environment.
Use one less disposable plastic bag. Make the switch to a reusable bag today. For more information, please call us on 226-2189 or 227-8429 or visit our website moc.gov.gy. A message from the Ministry of Communities in collaboration with the Inter-American Development Bank.
Welcome back. An accident on the Soos-Dyke-Linden Highway over the weekend claimed the lives of a mother and son. Esther Sobers spoke with one of the grieving relatives and filed this report.
On Saturday afternoon, a mother and son were killed in a terrible auto accident on the Soos-Dyke-Linden Highway. Today, we spoke to the grieving girlfriend of Marlon McFarley, who was killed along with his mother, Tessa Abraham.
I was coming back from the shop. My sister, my cousin came running to me, meet me halfway out on the streets, and they say a car from Mackenzie Hospital and nurse say Marlon them just reaching an accident and they critical. So I run home, I keep crying and so on, and I answer the call. Just say they're reaching a serious accident on the highway and they critical, I should come up to Linden. And I called my uncle and we went up. When I went up, by the time I reached up, the body was done moved to the mortuary. So I didn't get to see him.
According to one of the family members, McFarley was originally the driver. They were returning to Georgetown. However, he became tired and asked his sister to take the wheel. Shortly after, the driver, 23-year-old Misha Abraham, lost control of the vehicle and crashed. The impact killed McFarley and his mother. Abraham is currently in a critical condition at the Georgetown Public Hospital, along with 9-year-old Patricia McFarley and 7-year-old Rihanna McFarley, who suffered cuts and bruises. McFarley, who was also an employee of the Guyana Goldfields and a former member of the Guyana Defense Force, leaves to mourn his young daughter, Jayla McFarley.
It's hard. She quite understand. She quite understand what really going on, but I try talking with her.
Accidents appeared to be a regular occurrence on the highway, the worst of which was in May 2018. At least 24 persons, including children, were seriously injured as a minibus and motorcar collided on the Linden-Soos-Dyke Highway Sunday afternoon. For Channel 2 Headline News, Esther Sobers.
Thanks, Esther. During a recent press conference, President Granger claimed that shared governance is impossible at this point as the government ministers have already been selected. However, Minister within the Ministry of Finance, Jaipal Sharma, it said that he is still in support of a truly inclusive government. In fact, the junior minister has said that he is willing to give up his ministerial position in order to make it happen. This morning, Wendell Jeffrey sat down with the minister and filed this report.
So I don't believe it's too late. And so I'm proposing that I could give my position up. It's not a cabinet position. It's a minister within the Ministry of Finance. And I'm willing tomorrow to give my position up.
On the campaign trail prior to 2015, the coalition government ran on a platform of inclusive governance. The then leader of the opposition, David Granger, said that he does not believe in a winner-take-all kind of governance. However, on their historic win in 2015, President David Granger did not include any member of the opposition PPPC in his government. In his long-awaited press conference last week Friday, President David Granger was asked about his promise of inclusive governance. The president said that it is too late to engage in collective governance.
As far as power sharing is concerned, structurally, it is too late to embark on a reconfiguration of the cabinet.
Today, in an exclusive interview with Channel 2 Headline News, Minister within the Ministry of Finance, Minister Jaipal Sharma, said that he believes in inclusive government. And unlike the president, he does not believe that it is too late for that.
His Excellency the President made a statement. I don't want to speak in relation to what he would say, that it's too late. I believe it's never too late.
Minister Sharma says that he thinks that the president is speaking about the allocation of seats in his cabinet and that he, Granger, might be suggesting that all the seats are already allocated, but that can change.
There's some indication that His Excellency is referring to the positions in cabinet is all allocated. But I personally believe never too late. I believe in inclusive government.
Sharma said that the PPPC represents a large percentage of the Guyanese populace and as such should have a role in the administration of Guyana.
I believe that the PPPC from the results of the election got 49% of the votes. And it would be magnanimous decision for such inclusionary government.
Sharma's argument is that the Guyanese people want inclusionary government, and more particularly, such a move will bring the country together.
This is what the people want. This is how we could bring the people together. Basically, in Guyana, people see themselves divided into Guyanese of Indian ancestry and African ancestry.
The minister said that while the Granger administration does represent a diverse makeup of ethnicity, it does not have any PPP members.
Although you have a cabinet that have Indo-Guyanese, if you want to say so, Guyanese with Indian ancestry, it's not acceptable to the support base of the PPPC, which is majority Guyanese of Indian ancestry.
Minister Sharma said that with a day's notice, he is willing to immediately vacate his position and give it to Irfan Ali, a PPP member of parliament.
And tomorrow, to give my position up. So the PPC representative, whoever the representative, I believe in this case it will be Irfan Ali, to take that position as minister within the Ministry of Finance.
Minister Sharma said that other political parties in the coalition can also follow suit and give up some of their seats to the opposition PPPC.
If other political parties like the AFC could say, I'm going to give up one of my cabinet positions for the PPPC, okay? That, you know, this statement by the president saying it's too late could be reversed.
For Channel 2 Headline News, Wendell Jeffrey.
Thanks, Wendell. One police officer is currently under arrest after a vehicular accident in South Rheinfeld Gardens claimed the life of a young father on Sunday. Here's Esther Sobers with more.
23-year-old Akimo Anthony of East Rheinfeld, Georgetown, is now dead after he was struck down by an allegedly intoxicated police officer along the Mandela Public Road. The impact reportedly hurled Anthony into a ditch in the vicinity of Black Circle, East Rheinfeld. According to the police constable was driving a minibus belonging to the force east along the northern carriageway of Mandela Avenue when the motorcyclist, who was proceeding in the opposite direction, suddenly turned north into the path of the minibus in an attempt to cross the Black Circle Street. The police constable has since been taken into police custody as he failed a breathalyzer test. Investigations are ongoing. For Channel 2 Headline News, Esther Sobers.
Thanks, Esther. Don't go away after the break. Hundreds of years of Brazilian history up in smoke after museum fire. And U.S. cuts military aid to Pakistan. But first, here is this week's bridge retraction schedule sponsored by Forbes Vulcanizing Shop.
Fresh ingredients and Creole foods at the Cottage Restaurant and Cafe. Finger-licking boil and fry, meats cooked to perfection. No MSG added. We cater for vegetarians too. Breakfast and lunch available fresh Mondays through Fridays. We open 7 a.m. Get coffee, Milo, or our famous power porridge filled with a blend of indigenous barks, natural fruit juices. Catering services and delivery available. Call 231-4343. Located at 16 Access Road, Kingston. The Cottage Restaurant and Cafe. Bringing back the good old days.
Wouldn't it be nice if we didn't have so much waste to dispose of in the landfill? Well, composting can help us reduce the waste we dispose of by turning our organic waste into compost, which can be used to improve the quality of our soil.
Composting is very simple and convenient. You can compost using organic waste such as vegetable skins,
or fallen leaves and cut grass and put this in a composting bin or pile.
Compost can help your garden grow healthy plants
while reducing your volume of waste. It's a really good way to keep our communities clean and healthy.
So, let's all start composting our waste.
Find out how easy it is. Call us on 226-2189 or 227-8429 or visit our website moc.gov.gy. A message from the Ministry of Communities in collaboration with the Inter-American Development Bank.
The night you have been waiting for is finally here. Heavenly Light Maka presents Tasha Cobbs and her band live in concert. Now on the 14th of September at the National Stadium, 18:30 hours. Redeemers Band, All Women Worship Band, Sean Sobers, Sean English, the Minion Dancers, and many, many more. It's Tasha Cobbs and her band live at the National Stadium in Guyana. Tickets $2,000. Come experience the presence of the Lord as we worship the King together.
Need a ride around town and beyond? Look no further than Oasis Ride Taxi Service. With affordable prices and some of the best drivers in the business, we've been delivering prompt and reliable service to Guyana for over 16 years. We also offer tours, chauffeur service, and even car rentals. You can call us at 231-5554 or 225-5496. For deals, specials, and more information, find our page on Facebook. Oasis Ride taxi service. Let's go.
Welcome back. Here's your regional and international headlines of the day.
Today's regional and international news is sponsored by Top Notch Auto Sales. Top Notch Auto Sales, located at 145 Regent Road, Georgetown.
The National Museum of Brazil in Rio de Janeiro was gutted by fire. The fire started on Sunday evening after the facility had closed for the day. The cause of the blaze is unknown. No injuries have been reported. By Monday morning, the fire was under control and some of the museum pieces had been rescued. The country's oldest scientific institution, containing 20 million items, including the oldest human remains ever found in the Americas, is believed to have been destroyed. Brazil's President Michel Temer said in a tweet that it was a sad day for all Brazilians as 200 years of work, research, and knowledge were lost. And in international news, at the start of a two-day China-Africa summit, President Xi Jinping told African leaders that China's investment on the continent have no political strings attached, pledging $60 billion in new development financing. The money to be spent over the next 3 years comes on top of a $60 billion Beijing offered in 2015. The massive scheme is aimed at improving Chinese access to foreign markets and resources while boosting Beijing's influence abroad. China has already loaned billions of dollars to countries in Asia and Africa for roads, railways, ports, and other major infrastructure projects. But critics warn that these projects are burying some countries under massive debts. And finally, the Pentagon has announced the U.S. will cancel $300 million in military aid to Pakistan over its failure to take decisive actions to support President Donald Trump's new South Asia policy and act against terror groups like the Haqqani Network and the Lashkar-e-Taiba. The announcement comes just days before U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo is due to visit Pakistan to meet the country's new Prime Minister, Imran Khan. The U.S. and others have long complained that Pakistan provides a safe haven to militant networks, allowing them to carry out cross-border attacks in Afghanistan. The Pentagon's move is part of a broader suspension of aid announced in January. Headline News, Baby Bacchus. Now for your 3-day weather forecast. And that's Channel 2 Headline News for this Monday evening. As we take our leave, we invite you to find Channel 2 Headline News on Facebook, YouTube, and our website, headlinenewsguyana.com. You can also tune in tomorrow morning at 6:30 for a rebroadcast and Tuesday evening at 7 for more news. For now, I'm Bibi Bacchus signing out from your newscasting. Thank you for staying tuned and do have a blessed evening.